Okay, here we go. Okay, tier 1 quarterfinal, seat 1 Udupa, seat 2 Calvin, seat 3 Nikhil, seat 4 Patrick. Okay, Udupa, your
All the best. All the best.
Yeah. The opening guitar riff of which 1958 song is one of the most influential in rock and roll history. The innovative use of double stops and bending techniques by this pioneer of rock and roll helped define the sound of rock guitar and influenced countless musicians.
Johnny B. Good.
Yeah, definitely all will be answered in this squad. Johnny B. Good. Next question. This week marks the centenary of the inaugural Winter Olympics in Chamonix. With respect to the host country, what first took place in the history of the modern Olympics, summer and winter, at this edition, being repeated in the next edition at St. Moritz, Switzerland? As a hint, the first time this happened in the Summer Olympics was in Montreal, 1976. Yeah.
Say, host country not winning a single medal.
Prompt?
Host country not winning a single gold.
Yes, correct. That is correct. Gold was needed. Host not winning gold medals. Right. Calvin, yourself. Which Nobel laureate served multiple stints in Paris with the Mexican Foreign Service, during one which he wrote The Labyrinth of Solitude. In 1962, he was appointed as ambassador to India and posted to New Delhi during the time which he wrote The Monkey Grammarian and Eastern Slope. Yeah, Calvin, your audio, I cannot hear you.
Octavio Paz.
Yeah. Octavio Paz it is. Next, direct. Deriving from the Latin word for chain, what mathematical curve describes the shapes of the curved parts of the spider web shown on the right? Often confused with parabola, it was first applied to the construction of arches by Robert Hooke.
Catenary.
Yeah, catenary it is. 2-on-2. And Nikhil. Which pivotal 732 AD battle saw the defeat of the Umayyad Caliphate led by Abd al-Rahman al-Ghafiqi by forces led by Charles Martel? Historians, including Edward Gibbon, have credited this battle as one of the most critical factors curtailing Islamization of Western Europe.
Tours.
I'm sorry?
Battle of Tours.
Correct. Battle of Tours or Poitiers, also acceptable. Next direct. Located in the southeastern Anatolia region of Turkey, which Neolithic site is famous for its large circular structures containing the world's oldest known megalith? Its name translates to Potbelly Hill and is one of the oldest known religious sites dating back as far as 11,000 BC.
The Göbekli Tepe?
Yeah, that's correct. Göbekli Tepe. Well done. Or these answers as well. All right, Patrick. Movie on the left and the movie on the right explored the story about a legendary outlaw from his perspective and from the perspective of the man who killed him. Which outlaw? Ten seconds.
Billy the Kid.
I'm sorry, Billy the
Billy
Kid.
the
No,
Kid.
Udupa?
Jesse James?
Yeah, Jesse James is correct. The Lone Riders, I think. Sorry, the Long Riders.
The Long Riders.
Jesse James by Coward Robert Ford. All right, Patrick. The white blank is the name of the Kyrgyzstan national football team. The nickname emerged from an ancient trademark of Kyrgyz nomad who roamed the steppes of Central Asia. It is still a pastime in certain regions of the country from October to January. October to February. Which creature lives in the Ten.
Goat.
I'm sorry.
Goat.
Okay, not a horse. Calvin?
Pass.
Pass. Nikhil?
What did Patrick say? I
I
think he
said
said
goat, but yeah,
he said goat.
Okay, yeah, no, that wasn't correct. So,
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Udupa. Pass. Okay, Udupa is passing. So, pastime, certain animals being involved, popular in
Donkey?
UAE.
Oh,
No.
falcons.
Yeah, falcons. Correct.
Okay.
Falcon, right?
Hmm.
All right. New round. Udupa. Gene Wolfe, sometimes referred to as the James Joyce of sci-fi, was famous for his book of the New Sun tetralogy. He had a professional career as an industrial engineer, during which he invented a machine that produces with snack, whose distinctive shape is mathematically a hyperbolic paraboloid.
The Pringles chip.
Pringles is correct. Majority of the artifacts shown in this museum, such as fossils and cultures from around the world, originated from the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition. Which museum is this? Named in honor of its first major benefactor, a department store magnate, and well, not an area of open land. Ten seconds.
The Grounds Museum.
Grounds Museum. Kelvin?
Pass.
Nikhil?
Pass.
And Patrick?
Field Museum.
Yeah, Field was correct. This is
Just wasn't sure.
Marshall Field.
I was topping up between these. I should have gone with three, which is more like
Marshall Field. Right, well done, Patrick. Calvin, your set of two. At the 1985 Australian Open, two Swedish players played the final for the first time together. Name either player.
Edberg.
Yeah, Stefan Edberg. Do you know the other one?
Willander.
Yeah, Mats Wilander. What term is most commonly used for the form of psychotherapy which uses psychoanalytic theory to explore how childhood experiences and the unconscious mind influence behavior? It was introduced by Ernst Wilhelm von Bruck in 1874 by taking a cue from a branch of physics that suggested all living organisms are energy systems, governed by the principle of energy conservation.
I say dynamism.
Dynamism, not correct. Nikhil?
Pass.
Patrick?
Pass.
Udupa?
Pass.
Well, well.
Some psychodynamic or something.
Yes, psychodynamic was the exact from thermodynamics. Okay, Nikhil. Marcel Duchamp painted cubist-style oil paintings in his early years, but quit oil painting in the early 1910s and created a controversy in the art world in 1917 by displaying a male urinal upside down and calling it what?
Fountain.
Fountain it is. At the closing ceremony of the 1924 Chamonix Winter Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin awarded a special medal to Colonel Edward Strutt, the deputy leader of the British expedition that had attempted what in 1922?
Let's say climb Everest.
Yeah, George Mallory was there also. And Patrick. According to the International OCD Foundation, the most important psychotherapeutic treatment for OCD is blank and response prevention, ERP. The E refers to practicing confronting the thoughts, images, objects, and situations that make you anxious or provoke your obsession. So, what does E stand for? Almost time.
Now pass.
Pass, Calvin. Pass. Oh, Nikhil.
Exposure.
Exposure is correct. Well done. Exposure and response prevention. Patrick, your next direct. This is a replica of what? In display in the Ancient Americas exhibit at the Fields Museum. It depicts this empire's creation myth. I need 2 keywords in the answer for points. Correct. 5 seconds.
Mayan seal.
Mayan seal. Calvin. Udupa.
The Mayan cosmological calendar.
Mayan calendar is not correct. Nikhil.
Pass.
Pass. Yeah, have not been answered so far. Not the Mayans. This is the Aztecs. The Aztec sunstone.
Sunstone. Oh, wow.
All right. Difficult one there. Udupa's set of 2. For the sci-fi movie The Fifth Element, Luc Besson asked which French fashion designer to design clothes. Known for designing Madonna's conical bra for her Blonde Ambition tour, he won the César Award for Best Costume Design for the movie and is pictured here on the extreme right.
Gautier.
Gautier is correct. The 1991 Wimbledon.
Sorry.
Yeah, at the 1991 Wimbledon, 2 German players played the finals for the first time together. Name either player.
Becker and Stitch.
Yeah, Becker will not get 2 points, but 1 point. Okay. Becker is correct. Calvin. Common in bogs and fens with sandy acidic soil, which plant has sensitive trichomes on leaves, colloquially called tentacles, arranged in a rosette shape that uses enzymes to digest the prey and reset after digestion. Its common and scientific name refer to the glistening drops of mucilage at the tip of the glandular trichomes.
Sundew.
I'm sorry?
The sundew.
Sundew is correct. Yeah, it is sundew. Right. The Exploration Museum, an Icelandic museum dedicated to the history of human exploration, awards a prize for achievements in exploration and for work in the field of exploration history. The prize is named after which Icelandic explorer who is thought to be the first European to set foot on continental America, half a millennium before Columbus. This explorer was the son of the Norse explorer who established the first European settlement in Greenland.
Life Erickson.
Yeah, Leif Erikson is correct. Nikhil. Bagels and donuts are real-world examples of what mathematical structure that is formed by revolving a circle or disk about an axis of revolution.
Toroid.
I'm sorry?
Toroid.
Yeah, begrudgingly accept. It's torus, but
What? Oh, Taurus. Okay.
yeah, toroid is also acceptable. Okay. Next. The working title for which book was A Martian Named Smith and derives its name from a quote in the King James Bible. It follows the story of the Martian-raised Valentine Michael Smith, who comes to Earth and challenges customs relating to sex, death, religion, and money.
Stranger in a Strange Land.
Yeah, by Robert A. Heinlein. Well done. And Patrick. Which ancient temple complex is located near Nasiriyah in present-day Dikhar province, Iraq? Under Saddam Hussein in the 1980s, it was in of the facade and the monumental staircase. Dedicated to Nana, the patron deity of the city, it was rediscovered by William Loftus in 1850. Structure gets its name from the words for height, pinnacle in ancient Assyrian. Sorry.
Pass. Pass.
Have we lost? Are you there?
Lost Shankha.
Okay, Calvin.
I passed it.
Nikhil?
Pass.
Udupa.
Pass.
All right. Definitely a known structure for all of you. This is ziggurat of Ur.
I was thinking about ziggurat, but didn't think it fit that.
Lot of nice.
Patrick, next direct. False Traders in 1980 film American Gigolo helped which Italian fashion designer break out into the American market. He would later go on to design clothes for movies like Untouchables and Wolf of Wall Street. Here he's seen alongside Richard Gere, who played the protagonist in the film.
Versace.
I'm sorry,
Versace.
not Versace, Kelvin.
I
Pass. Nikhil.
I'm not going to chance it. Pass.
Okay.
Armani.
Yeah, Armani.
Yeah, that was the 50-50.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
No, the white hair kind of is.
Mm,
The silver hair is easy to recognize.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
All right. Udupa. Which
definitely
author
seeing
served
it. Let's go, brah.
as Mexico's ambassador to France from 1975 to 1977? A period which also saw the publication of his novel Terra Nostra, whose narrative covered 20 centuries of European and American culture. Like his more famous novel, The Death of Artemio Cruz, Terra Nostra also draws on cinematic techniques to a considerable.
Mm, no, pass.
Pass, Kelvin.
pass.
Pass, Nikhil,
Pass.
and Patrick.
Fuentes.
Well done. Carlos Fuentes it is.
Yeah.
It's Carlos Fuentes.
Pass, yes.
Receipts.
Udupa. While John Calvin got numerous converts to Protestantism in Poitiers during the Reformation, which alumnus of the University of Poitiers did he face opposition from on grounds of inauthentic interpretations of Christianity? This Christian humanist is best known today for his pentalogy of novels, which include Father, Son, here.
Mm,
5 seconds.
I'll try Molière.
Not Molière. Calvin.
Rabelais.
Yeah, correct. It is Rabelais,
No, I'm even thinking of
Gargantua, and Pantagruel. Calvin, your second. The movie on the left and the movie on the right show the legal battles of companies operating in a specific sector. This is done from the POVs of the spokespeople of the company and those trying to expose them, including a journalist from 60 Minutes. What product do the companies make? Ten seconds.
I think cola.
I'm sorry,
Cola, soft drink.
not soft drinks. Okay?
Cigarettes.
Yeah, that is Insider, and thank you.
Thank you for smoking.
And Calvin Westwood. Two sporting events at the 1924 Chamonix Winter Olympics that featured the 1920 Summer Olympics in Vancouver. In both the incumbent Summer Olympics,
Can't hear you that well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, two sporting events at the 1924 Chamonix Winter Olympics that featured in the 1920 Summer Olympics. In both the events, the incumbent Summer Olympic champion Gilles Grafstrom of Sweden and the Canadian team, respectively, would successfully defend their gold from 1920. Name either event.
Yeah, figure skating.
I'm sorry?
Figure skating.
Yes, figure skating is correct.
Giles Grafstrom was the
And Canada is ice hockey.
ice hockey. Yeah.
Curling was going to be other, yes.
Okay, Nikhil. One of the most famous examples of fashion designers providing costume for movies occurred when this Parisian courtier was asked by his friend Hepburn to design clothes for her breakfast at Tiffany's. This designer, who founded an eponymous fashion house, also designed clothes for Jackie Kennedy. Name him, seen here with Orphan.
Givenchy.
Givenchy, yeah. Born to a French father, which author served as Cuba's ambassador to France in the late 1960s. His famous 1949 work, The Kingdom of This World, was about the Haitian uprising in the late 18th century against their French colonial masters. His essay, The Marvelous Real, is considered the first attempt to describe magic or realism as deeply Latin American.
Cuban. The Cienfuegos.
Not correct. Streak broken. Kelvin?
Pass.
Pass. Patrick.
Pass.
And Udupa.
Pass.
Difficult one. This is someone called Alejo Carpentier.
Okay.
Here and Patrick. Which plant of the legume family, first formally described by Carl Linnaeus in species Plantarum in 1753, has a species epithet which means shy or bashful. Originated to the Americas, it is now a cloned weed known for its rapid plant movement caused by stimulation. Answers.
No, pass.
Pass, Kelvin? Pass, Nikhil?
Not going to try. Pass.
Okay, Udupa.
Parthenian?
I'm sorry?
Parthenian.
No. So,
Is it the sunflower? No, shy or bashful.
Like
yeah,
hyacinth or something.
no, touch me not.
Oh, Mozart.
The fuck is this?
Touch me not plants. Yeah, they
I didn't know it was a legume.
Udupa, getting a little bit of thing now. It's coming through. You want to? Oh, but it's your turn anyhow. Yeah.
I think it's Pat's turn. It's mute.
Cool.
Patrick, the 2017 Lee Fredrickson Award was awarded to Eduard Pasaban, a Spanish mountaineer, for becoming the first woman to complete what achievement? Reinhold Messner was the first person to accomplish this feat in 1986.
Seven summits.
I'm sorry?
7 summits.
Not the 7 summits, Kelvin?
Pass.
Nikhil?
Pass.
Pass? Udupa?
Climbing all the 8,000ers.
Yes, that is correct. Climb all 8,000ers. Yeah, hold on. All right, halfway through, here we go. Udupa. Untitled blue sponge sculpture and Venus Freeway made by painting on synthetic resin with a sponge plaster base and works by which artist, who is also known for his performance art and sculptures in addition to his paintings. Anything?
Right. I.
I'm sorry,
I.
Kelvin?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. What do you say?
Flying blue.
Eve's flying.
Yeah, that's correct. Eve's Klein. Yeah, that was Klein Blue there. Okay. Next to it. The Comoros national football team is nicknamed after which creature, the specimen of which was discovered there in 1952. Its name is derived from the Greek word meaning hollow spine, and its conservation council is abbreviated CCC.
Coelacanth.
And Calvin. All right, which 1980 song picked up the barrage of fast-paced power chords played by lead guitarist Randy Rhoads? This track helped define the sound of heavy metal guitar in the 1980s and was the debut solo single for an English heavy metal singer long associated with an iconic band. Pass, okay, Nikhil?
Paranoid.
I'm sorry,
Paranoid.
Patrick?
Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Crazy
Oh
Train
shit!
is correct.
I mixed up.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
Oh yeah.
Crazy Train. Calvin next. The Barsoom series by Edgar Rice Burroughs is a fictional representation of Mars. Who is the protagonist of the novel? A Confederate soldier who saves the Martian princess Deja Thors. The first novel was adapted into a 2012 novel with Taylor Kitsch at the titular character.
I'll just say Lee.
Lee, no, Nikhil?
John Carter of Mars.
Also nicknamed Virginia in the books.
Flop film, John Carter. Nikhil, the movie on the left, the movie on the right, for the same infamous incident of the POVs of the titular person on the left and the reporters investigating the story of the right. What infamous incident?
Well, Watergate.
Correct. Tau Aito and Les Guerrers de Blanc are the two nicknames of the Tahitian national football team that mean blank warriors. The brand is embedded in Tahiti natives from an early age. When the British captain Samuel Wallace discovered Tahiti on 18th of June 1767, the natives were eager to trade in these entities that are usually 1 to 5 inches long and weigh around 3 to 15 pounds. Fill in the blanks or what are these entities? Image from Game of Thrones might help. 5 seconds.
Totems.
I'm sorry,
Totems.
not totem, Calvin.
Pass.
Pass.
Shark teeth.
Shark teeth is incorrect. So
These like little fingers or something.
yeah, these are the
No,
Greyjoys. Greyjoys are ironborn, so that was the latter.
Oh, okay.
So iron males. Patrick, your setup. Which artist incorporated techniques such as heavy black outlines, bold colors, and slanted parallel lines into this sculpture called double glass. This artist, best known for his paintings that are inspired by comic strips, made this sculpture in 1976 during a time when he applied his comic book style to more traditional art historical subjects such as
Liechtenstein.
Your first direct points. Right, next direct. Which heiress of the House of Poitiers married the future Henry II of England at the Poitiers Cathedral in 1150? As a result of this marriage, she would go on to be the Queen of England, having already been Queen of France earlier through her marriage to King Louis VII.
Eleanor of Aquitaine.
2-2, yeah. And Udupa. Known for their exploding seed pod, which is propelled by released elastic potential energy, which member of the balsam family gets its name from this sudden method of dispersal?
Dandelion.
Not dandelion, Calvin?
Poppy.
Poppy, no? Patrick?
Pass.
And
Pass.
yeah, it's either you know it or don't. This is impatient or
Oof, wow.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's impatience and patience. Wow.
Okay.
The use of
Not
this
always
set of
to clear that.
techniques in psychotherapy is controversial. Many medical bodies regard it as a form of alternative medicine rather than a part of the standard psychological toolkit. Suggestibility tests are often used to determine the appropriateness of this form of treatment, which psychotherapy technique. Even though its name originated in the Greek word for sleep, modern science has disassociated this technique from sleep.
Somnotherapy.
Calvin?
Pass.
Patrick?
Pass.
Nikhil?
Hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
Hypnosis.
So, yeah, that. Okay, Calvin. Built with sarsen stones and rocks brought from the Preseli Hills in West Wales, which ritual site was bought at an auction in 1915 for £6,600 by local businessman Cecil Chubb. He gifted it to the government in 1980.
Stonehenge.
It is. Yes. This is an authentic meeting house or faranui of a particular ethnic group displayed in the Field Museum's Regenstein Halls of the Pacific. Which ethnic group?
The Maori.
Yeah, Maoris. Nikhil. The 1968 French Open, two Australians played the finals for the first time together. Name either.
Emerson.
Patrick?
Laver.
Yeah, Rod Laver it is.
Even in Roosevelt.
Yeah, Ken Rosewall is the other.
Oh, actually, I've gone with Roswell.
Nikhil. Utricularia are characterized by small hollow sacs that actively capture and digest tiny animals. If anything triggers the bristles that project from the surface of the door, the trap suddenly opens and a quick inflow of water may inside. What are they commonly known as? The common name refers to an inflated anatomical chamber that stores fluids before excretion.
It's a pufferfish.
Not the right answer, Kelvin.
Bladderwort.
Bladderwort is correct.
Of course it is. Articulate. Nice.
Bladderwort, well done. Patrick. All right, your audio question. Dick Dale's fast-paced speaking and Middle Eastern-inspired melody. Mr. Lowe was featured in Tarantino's Pulp Fiction and helped reintroduce which kind of rock music popular from 1958 to 1964 in Southern California.
Surf rock.
Yeah, surf rock. Which of H.G. Wells's work from 1898 is the first-person narrative of an unnamed protagonist in Surrey and his younger brother in London as southern England is invaded by war.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, 2-2 again. War of the Worlds. Right. If the movie on the left shows the Western Front of First World War from a German POV, the movie on the right shows the same Western Front from a British POV. Name either film.
In 1917.
Yeah. Western Front.
Western Front is right there.
No, that's the reason I didn't want to take the more obvious guess because I thought there's some
Yeah.
trickery.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Udupa, next question. Who is the green-skinned humanoid from Mars pulled to Earth by an experimental teleportation beam where he becomes stranded? He decides to fight crime as one of the 7 original members of the Justice League of America and one of the most powerful beings in the spirit.
Take myself on the surface. I'll
Pass
just pass. Pass.
No, pass.
and Patrick,
Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. Or John Jones.
John Jones.
Calvin, your setup. The Brazilian football team has a few nicknames. One is the team, which comes from Seleção in Portuguese, meaning their association football team. One of their nicknames is the Little Canary. The Canary is nicknamed in what?
The canary yellow jersey of theirs, national jersey.
Jersey. Is fine. Jersey or T-shirt. Following their proclamations in a meeting with King Charles VII in 1429, who was sent to Poitiers to be examined by a council of theologians, who subsequently declared formally to the king that the person was a good Catholic and was not consorting with the devil. Despite, the king would then send this person to the besieged city of Orleans as part of a relief army.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah, Orleans. Not Joan of Arc. And Nikhil. Analytical psychology refers to the tradition of which psychiatrists associated with concepts such as archetypes and the collective unconscious. Freud once described this man as his crown prince and successor, and later, after parting of the ways, was as a mystic and a snob.
Jung.
Yeah, Carl Jung it is. One of the most popular attractions inside the Field Museum is this display at the Animal Halls of Africa. What is this display called? At least 2 words are needed. Okay, next time.
Don't even know what to say here. Wild dogs.
Calvin?
These are the Wana devils, the man-eaters of birds. Getting an example that much.
Patrick?
Pass.
Okay, take a wild guess and say the Lion King display.
No.
No, this is the man-eaters of Savo.
Yeah, shit, Savo.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Sorry about that. Savo had to be said. You.
Wana devil is the movie's name, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
You are halfway there.
Got that.
Okay. Patrick, set of 2. Vladimir Shukov, a Russian engineer architect, was the first to build these structures, which are now commonly used in cooling towers of power plants such as the one shown. What geometric term deriving from the Greek for overthrow is used to denote these structures, which are one example of a quadric surface?
Hyperboloid.
Paraboloid? No, Calvin?
Is that what you said, Patrick?
I said hyperboloid, but it's probably still wrong.
I'm sorry. Hyperboloid is correct. I have paraboloid. All right, last direct for you. The final medal of the 1924 Chamonix Winter Olympics was awarded only 50 years later, when sport historian Jakob Fage discovered a clerical error that had led to the bronze medal being awarded to Harley Hogg of Norway instead of Anders Hagen of the USA. The error was ratified by the IOC, and the bronze medal formally handed over by Hogg's daughter to the then 86-year-old Hagen. A specific sporting event that is rewriting of history takes place.
Biathlon.
No, not biathlon. Calvin,
Jumping.
can I say that again?
Ski jumping.
Yeah, ski jumping is correct. Ski jumping. And the last round, well, pretty close. Here we go. Udupa. Gantija, Tajra, Orba, Hajar in Nachtra, and Tarsi are megalithic temples recognized as UNESCO WHS in which Mediterranean island? You're muted, Udupa.
Malta.
What it is.
In detail.
And last direct for you. Here we go. The Leif Erikson Awards also has a subcategory dedicated to achievements in scientific research. Which government agency won this award in 2023 for its indomitable spirit in advancing lunar exploration and contributing to understanding celestial mysteries? The spacecraft launched by this organization became the first ever to do a soft landing near the moon's south pole on August 23rd, 2023.
ISRO.
So it is. Yeah. Calvin. Marlene Dietrich had been a fan of Coco Chanel, but made a decision to move away from her famous pantsuit to more feminine dresses later in her career. For the movie Stage Fright, she insisted which French designer known for his new look must design her clothes, famously telling Hitchcock, no black, no Dietrich.
Dior.
No Dior, no Dietrich. Yeah. Now valued at 100 million US dollars, Bust of a Woman is a captivating 1931 sculpture that reflects which artist's fascination, which is muse and lover Mary Therese Walter. Can you say that again?
Picasso.
Picasso. Apparently, these look like the, yes. All right, Soneja, your final set of two. This is the guitar intro to which track? Not only iconic for its catchy riff, but also for its role in shaping the musical landscape of the 1990s and beyond. The riff was influenced by bands like the Pixies, and the song therefore uses a verse chorus form, where the main 4-chord riff is used during the intro and chorus to create an alternating loud and quiet.
Smells like Teen Spirit. Just a minute. Twins to complete what is called the Adventurers Grand Slam. What is this Adventurers Grand Slam? Which consists of three specific achievements, and it's 3 answers. Okay. Let's say circumnavigation of the world, east-west and north to south is 2, and 1 is climbing Everest.
Reach the North and South Pole and climb Everest.
Melvin?
Circumnavigation and reaching North and South Pole.
Udupa.
Pass.
North South Pole was correct. The other one was the 7 suns.
which was answered.
That's more like 7 achievements, isn't it?
It's 9.
9 achievements.
9 achievements.
Okay. Mm.
All right,
Yeah,
and last
sure.
2 directs. Here we go. At 1935, Brazilian 2 American players played the finals for the first time together. Name.
Connors.
Correct. And Arthur Ashe. The other one. Which author was at the time of his Nobel Prize announcement in 1967 serving as the ambassador of Guatemala to France? He was appointed by democratically elected President Julio Montes from the ruthless dictator protagonist of his 1946 masterpiece, El Senor Presidente. He shares his surname with the principality/autonomous community in North Spain.
Asturias.
Yeah, that is the game. Asturias it is. Calvin.
Well played, Calvin.
Well,
Yeah.
Guys, good game.
Well played, everyone.
You will
good
play
game,
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shankha.
Thanks,